buddy, I don't want to say, but I've just had people on this couch that hadn't figured it out yet. We're waiting for it.
You're hearing 20 years of therapy here.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay. It took you a while to figure that out.
Yeah, please.
Where else did you look before you found this balance?
Oh, please. I put way too much emphasis on work.
Yeah. What people thought of you?
Oh, well,
or just whether or not you were working.
That is, yeah. How am I seen? Do I have power? Do I have control? Do I have, I know better. If we did it my way, it's all that stuff. The ego has to learn. I didn't realize that I had crap as a kid. I thought I was a pretty happy kid, but turns out I was a pretty intimidated, shy, overwhelmed, disproportionately scared kid who overcompensated with all kinds of awful, silly behaviors, and it carried in until I was in my 20s and 30s, until I finally went, I'm a father and I'm having these weird feelings and ideas and things that are the things you were talking about, the Rolodex of things you're up at night going,
yeah.
You want to think about that for a while? You want to think about that for a while?
Yeah.
And finally went into therapy and started to work on it.
What were those things? I'm not, this isn't clickbait. You have full control over this. This
no,
is your
they're
episode.
just,
I'm curious.
The easy ones are things where I will have said things in interviews that I thought I was just being entertaining. And I was never a comic. I didn't even go into acting thinking I was going to be a comedic actor. And suddenly that's the world I'm in. And in trying to be funny, and I guess now I kind of go, well, I guess I have a sense of humor. But I never thought of myself as a funny guy. And so in emulating comedy and trying to be interesting and trying to be entertaining and trying to be amusing, I would say things that, weren't kind and weren't right.
You see that all the time, by the way.
And augmenting things that are partially true, but then you for entertainment, you blow them up.
Yes.
And now they're out there as truth, and you go, oh, that's not quite how it happened. Yeah. And you're stuck with that story. And just stuff like that, and hurting people's feelings, making bad choices, saying I'm going to be something, not being it, saying I'm going to do something, not doing it.
The thin line between... I run into it all the time. I did it on set today. I'm stopping myself because I'm 43. I'm finally learning to stop myself. But there's a thin line, the rush of going maybe a little too far, but it works and they love it and you love it and everyone wins. Now you're addicted to those moments, and then inevitably you're going to say a little too far, a little too much.
Yeah.
And you just don't know how to call it.
And it was all about, trying to be some avatar that I thought was interesting. Or worthy. Worthy is really more the issue. Because I always felt like I shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
People should... I guess a lot of actors go into acting because they love the spotlight. I was hiding in plain sight.
Yeah.
I didn't love being in my skin. I wasn't fond of myself. So I would... say things to give a different impression, or I would play a part.
It was a break.
So I'm not that guy, I'm this guy. And it was all in this sort of very immature, immature attempt to find your own value, to be okay in your own skin. And I didn't start to get there until I was late into my 40s, I think. I'm 62 now. Yeah. So I haven't been anywhere close to being, oh, you're okay. This is a relatively new, thing. And it's a lot of experience and a lot of putting real time and attention, not egotistical time and attention into yourself, but real time, going to a therapist and being honest and going, that was a terrible mistake, finding a way to get past it and going, okay, that happened for a reason. I'm here now.
Yeah.
And now I know what calls people to that. And one of the lovely gifts it gives is that I have younger friends who are going through exactly the same thing. Mm-hmm. And I can say to somebody who's going through a tough patch, you don't think much of yourself right now. You're in one of the top 5% of people in the world. You know why? Because you give a shit, and you're looking at it, and it's scary and it's dark and you don't like what you see in the mirror and you're still looking in the mirror and you're still working on it, that makes you better than most people, not worse.
Wow.
It takes guts and character, and it takes caring about other people to keep looking in the mirror and not seeing what you like and go, I have to work on this.
Wow.
I have to work on this. So, you know.
You made it weird. You made it weird.